Hello and welcome back to the second episode of this Wars of the Roses Crusader Kings 3 House York playthrough. Last episode we ended off with I think taking this title in Ireland, and this episode we are I think we're gonna try and take over the entirety of Ireland, because at least the rest of it, so this right here, because I think that's kind of that's important. We might try and go to war with Scotland. Now, what I did, and I did this because I was actually getting quite annoyed with it, but I ended the mod that hid the the armies and the money and all of that. It was just annoying me out of my mind, and I was just getting really sick of it. But I kept a few other mods and changed, and added a couple. So one of those was establish feud, which I can't actually do at the moment, but I will end up doing. So I added also, stuff like, grant, just decision stuff. So we are going to press play. We're going to end that. 1447. So I'm gonna do a little history talk while I do this, after I write this. I had so many hopes for you, my sweetest child, all the things you would learn, experience, and do. There were so many possibilities, a whole life to live. Maybe you would have had children of your own one day, but now none of those things are possible. Dang, my son Edmund is dead. Okay, that sucks. I mean, that really sucks. So we have Anna, we have Edward, and we have Elizabeth left. And our daughter is just a little bit older than I think not our daughter, sorry, our wife is a little bit older than I think, she might be able to get pregnant for. Now, that does not mean we are still going to not try. We are actually going to do this romance scheme. Okay, he already likes me. So, wait. Yeah, I'm going to do that anyways. I'm gonna write a love poem. The candle is burning low when I finally finish my poem. Before I send it, I give it one last read. The roses upon your cheeks are like stars in the sky. My heart yearns to feel your lips touch mine, and I may know if your prowess carries off the battlefield, you and me together forever. The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me feel sick to my stomach. When her reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaking hands. While I cannot encourage you, Duke Richard, I am most grateful for your kind words. Yours faithfully, Cecily. Cecily. My bad. So talking about a little bit of the history with the Wars of the Roses and the game. I'm actually gonna put this on pretty slow because I would like to talk a little bit before things kind of get out of hand. One of the things about the Wars of the Roses is that it never started off as a question of what gives a king the right to rule. Most nobles recognized and understood the basic inherent authority of kings and their right to rule, but it eventually did become about their rights and what it truly means to be a ruler, and that was a huge change recently. So it is currently 1447. It is July. In 1447, the Lord Richard, Duke of York, was removed from his position as protector of England, or not England, sorry, as protector of France, as protector of the like Lord's protector slash like or like slash royal captain, basically, or royal lieutenant is one of the other terms as well that is often used. And that basically means that he no longer controlled what the English territories in France actually did anymore. He controlled only his lands and whatever offices he still held. Now, after he was removed from that, this was partially due to Somerset's plotting. Somerset had a lot of authority with the king. With his plotting and with his work with Margaret of York, he was able to remove York as lieutenant of France, essentially, and put himself as lieutenant of France. Then York was made captain of Ireland, or I think royal lieutenant might have also been one of the terms used as well, but it was still the same thing. So, all right, romance competition. As of late, all my visits to Cecily have been ruined by my chancellor, Mayor Edward. He follows her everywhere like a lost puppy. His attempts to charm the lady are laughable, yet I fear his persistence will be rewarded. Let's do. We are wrathful, brave, and patient. I'm gonna do a duel will prove his worthy. Mayor Edward stood no chance against my might. His defeat was surely embarrassing, and my petal Cecily saw all of it. She has not paid him any attention since. Another enemy vanquished. So, that is one of the many things. We could adopt English army. What's that? Lose access to regular men-at-arms. Units, existing regiments will not be disbanded. That's interesting. All right. Grant a Scarborough. The seaside town of Scarborough has been requesting the right to hold its own charter fair for some time now. While there are many important fairs elsewhere in Britain, is something special and memorable about the town of Scarborough. That costs 60. Okay, that's a little expensive for what I would like to do now. I think I'm not going to do any of these at the moment. Fear of the plague has been a constant companion throughout my life. My childhood nurse told me haunting bedtime stories of swelling buboes and blackening limbs. But the plague is no longer just a scary story. Gingerly, I push my fingers against the lump in my armpit, and dark and deadly forces is tainting my flesh, consuming me as I still breathe. My lord, I will do everything in my power, but I might be wise to prepare the worst. I gained. Okay. I'm gonna do. It is never too late for caution. Nicholas insists that the only cure for my condition was a naked midnight run during the next full moon. He forced me to undress and sprint through the wilderness. Do not stop until your legs give out under you. He yelled after me. Expel the evil through your sweat. The treatment was almost as unpleasant as my symptoms, yet it seems to have been effective. While I am not fully cured, I feel much better. Honestly, I don't know if that sounds entirely unpleasant. I mean, I would never do it myself, but it sounds kind of fun. I will live to see another day. Let me pause. I'm actually going to turn off Black Death. I'm going to disable Black Death because the Black Death, while there were outbreaks beyond, this time period, it was primarily previous to this. So this is a fairly important time because this truly starts the extensive feud between York and Somerset. And at this point, actually, this is showing that France has still significant, or that we only have minor holdings in France. Actually, at this point, England still had Normandy, so it should be showing us as having Normandy. But I'm not gonna, like jump on the. I'm not gonna jump on the mod developers about that, because while yeah, maybe it's not entirely accurate, they do their best. You can't always, nothing's ever perfect, all right? You can't always control it, but you can at least, try. I am on death's doorstep, which really sucks because my player error is 5 years old. So I kind of hoped to feud with my enemy here for a little bit before I died. So let me see if I can get that done now. Establish feud. I still can't. I need 301 piety and 138 prestige. So let's see if we can make any decisions that will allow us to. Are you sure you want to turn on custom feud control? Yeah, let's do that. Family wars, disable alerts. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I might do neighbor realm wars, disable alerts, because that is very annoying when having to, look at that. Custom feud control. No, I don't want to turn that off. Okay. So can we do anything? Oh wait, nope. It's over here. Okay, activities. Visit hot springs. We could do a feast, pilgrimage, legitimacy gains, stress loss. None of that would really work in my opinion. So that kind of sucks. But in this same year, well, I think I actually said everything I wanted to say about this year. Yeah, I mean, the next really, really big year is 1450, and that's the year that's one of the years that I really enjoy thinking about. So adopt. Okay, I'm on death's doorstep. I am one domain above my limits, so I don't want to do any of that. So all right. So let's see, what claims do we have? We have a claim on the lordship of Breichhoig. Cannot say that. It's Welsh. Nobody can say Welsh stuff. And I think last time I said that there was an inaccuracy actually with the Tudors and how much power they currently have. Actually, I was wrong. They were in Henry VI's reign. They were relatively powerful nobles, and they were based in Wales, which I knew that. But I think I said like, oh, they shouldn't be as They shouldn't like look as powerful as they do, like holding all this territory. And that wasn't entirely true. That was not entirely true. So I am apologizing about that because it wasn't accurate and it wasn't. It wasn't right to name that, to claim that. So I do apologize about that. So let's click play. Let's see, North Reading. All right. Following the start of the English de jure war, our liege has called their banners, and we must now decide how to answer their summons. Let this be known that House York shall. We are against. Who are we against? Oh, okay. Well, we are loyal to our liege. By this point in history, even to the Battle of St. Albans, right after St. Albans, Henry and his counselors like Warwick, and I think Stanley as well. I believe Stanley was at that battle. At St. Albans, they got down on their knees and pledged fealty to the king, even though Henry was barely anything. So we are going to declare for our liege, and we are going to raise our banners. We are going to call our soldiers. We're going to raise our men here. And who? Okay, so our steward and vassal We are going to go there. Duke Thomas of Man. That's interesting. My Duke, efforts to attend the sick and dying among the poor has been difficult but necessary work, and lately the families of the dying have begun to accuse the crown of not truly caring for the disease. It is my opinion that distributing coins touched and blessed by your royal hands may assuage these feelings. I'm only going to lose 3. That's fine. And I do remember there was actually more death, as you know, or there was attacks, or not attacks. Whatchamacallit. There was a plague that ended the last. I don't remember it was the Black Death, but there was a plague. So, and I have died. Excellent. I love dying so much, especially when I'm right in the middle of a war. That is so much fun, in my opinion. All right, let's have our knight take over the war. We also seem to have gained land somehow. Liege inherited title. Okay, we didn't inherit title. So Prince Humphrey of England has died. How did he die? He died from the bubonic plague. Got it. That makes sense. One interesting thing about the bubonic plague in medieval history is that the peasants after the bubonic plague, or the freemen technically, actually had more political power after the plague than they did at any time previous to the plague. And they had this political power because at that point there were less people around, as you might gather with a plague. So recently, having gone through our own pandemic, there were less people around. There was less. I'm going to put him on control plague. So there needed to be more power, or more power given to the miners, because that is what was required to get them to continue working for their lords. And while they had more power, they still weren't necessarily powerful. There's a difference between having more power and being powerful. And they were pretty much forever powerless. I mean, they really did not have much power in any case. So at the end of the day, it was just a lot going on at a single time, and so they needed more power. They were able to start moving around a little more easily, things like that. It was important that happened. So let's do the hybridization of Anglo-Saxon and Frankish peoples that produced English yielded some profound shifts in the common tongue. Influence from the ruler's culture is rapidly changing not only the vocabulary, but also the orthography and even grammar of the common tongue. While still recognizably a Germanic language, the English are now speaking radically different than what this preceded this development. We have to change our language to Cumbric? Okay. I see. Jesus, everybody is changing to Cumbric. Okay. So, okay, wait. So let's look at our culture. So, okay. So we have legends. So this is the legacy of Arthur Pendragon, which is pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. I could hire a court chronicle, actually. Joan, it's 4.3 per month. That's not terrible. That isn't terrible at all. Fickle, brave, generous, fearless lackey. Let's do it. I mean, I don't. Search for legends. Extol. Promoting legends. Command. Search for legend. I'm gonna do that. Search for legend. Will perform only. What's their regular duties? Yeah, let's do regular duties for now. All right, and then English. So we are English. Our innovations are in the late medieval. Obviously, this is the late medieval period. The Cumbric language is the native tongue. We are English aesthetics, West Germanic heritage, and martial men only. Yeah. Hereditary hierarchy, so that's minus 50% to tyranny loss, plus 25% to long reign bonus, minus 5% to castle holding construction, plus 10% to feudal vassal contributions. Castle keepers provide an additional 5 defender advantage. That's pretty good. Rulers of this culture are more likely to construct castle holdings. Yep. Rulers of this culture are more likely to construct buildings that increase fort level. Yeah. Castle holding construction time plus 10%, and castle holding construction cost plus 20%. That sucks. All right. Chivalry can spar against own knights in single combat to gain modifiers. Failing a romance scheme gives stress. Rulers are more likely to start the romance scheme. Tyranny gain plus 50%, accolade glory plus 10%, heavy cavalry damage plus 10%, and heavy cavalry toughness plus 10%. Longbow competitions. Max size of archer regiments plus 2, max size of spearmen regiments minus 2, max size of heavy cavalry regiments minus 2. Can recruit longbowmen as men-at-arms. The longbowmen men-at-arms get increasingly better every era. This tradition allows a culture to unlock the yeoman archers innovation in the late medieval. Awesome. We're currently searching Billhook, and our current head of culture is our liege. Yes, it is. Now we are Catholic. This is before the Catholic Protestant split that was highly fractious. It was also highly violent at certain points. This is also before the 95 Theses of Martin Luther. I almost called him Henry Luther for a second. No, it's Martin Luther. So there is a lot going on this period, and that will be occurring fairly soon, within the next, 75 years, I think it's within the next. It'll be occurring really quickly, and it'll be very interesting to see if we can see that happen. So at the end of the day, this is a lot of fun, and I am going to enjoy seeing and talking about all the history going on. Henry is here. He is impatient, craven, and generous. He's also a fortune builder. Henry was incredibly useless during his time. Henry VI is probably England's worst king because he was often, he was often useless because he rarely ever had his own will, like his own. In this time, nations required a royal will to act. You couldn't act without it, and if you tried, people would get angry and they'd rebel, and there was really not a lot you could do once that happened, because just everybody rebelling against you just means that everybody is pissed at you, which means that at the end of the day, well, you just don't want everybody pissed at you because it just really sucks. And so what happens? Well, King Henry is quite useless. And, well, after that, you can kind of guess what happens. People rebelled. A lot of people died. And hey, say what you will about, these tyrannical English kings that were awful themselves for a whole host of different reasons. At the very least that you can say about them is they were not useless. Were they maybe the greatest of all time? No. Were they maybe awful a lot of the time? Yeah, they were. But at the very least, they had their own royal will, and they enacted their own royal will. And unlike Henry, their royal will wasn't just to do nothing. So, what do I want to do now? There's also theories that Henry was that he was mentally ill, and I would actually, and scholars debate on this now. The traditional idea is just that he had no interest in ruling, and that he really didn't care about ruling. I disagree. I actually tend to think that he was just incapable of it because of his mentally ill, because he was mentally ill. Where is this? What? My courtier. Why do I have men here? I am so confused as to why I have any men there. Can I disband them? No, armies can be disbanded. Why can't my army be disbanded? Cannot. Okay. Let's send. I completely forgot that there was a army that there was an army there. So I am going to send them back to England so that I can not be involved over there at the moment. Isabel of York. Yeah, my aunt. Oh, and my men are dying now because they weren't able to leave fast enough. Well, we are valiantly retreating. I have, no desire to lose all of my men, which I did, of course, because I can't seem to keep my soldiers at all. So, let's clear all of these. Yeah, so I can dismiss that. I can dismiss that. Empty counselor position. Who do I want to give this to? So, I should give it to Earl John. He is Earl Beaumont, but he's a bit more. He's actually a bit more power, or a bit more. He's a bit better at it. So, let's see. Am I on my liege's council? I am not, which is really frustrating, actually. So let's see if I can't force my. Let's see if I can't force my king to make me on his count. I can't. So, all right, and let's see if I can start a feud with him. Nope, I am missing prestige. Yep. So, all right. Well, I'm still above my domain limit, so I need to grant away castles. This is my realm capital. Good. Yes. Okay. But it's earning me no money, so I have to get away from it. But I also have to give away this one as well. So let's give it to. Let's give it to. I could give it to my cousin. Is he in line to inherit anything? No. So I'm gonna grant title. And this is Earl of Cambridge. No. Earldom of Ulster, I think. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. So let's give that to him. Downpatrick. Yeah. So, and then we have a dangerous faction who want military. Okay. Yeah, no. So, and then let's see. What other titles do we have that we have to give away? We can give away. That's development 28. We can give away. Let's give away Leeds. Let's give Leeds away. Let's give him to. I don't want to give him to a Percy because as everybody knows, I do not like the Percys because we are enemies. I don't know about the Berkeleys, so I'm gonna give this to. He's not. Oh, he is heir to things. Okay. Heir to the earldom. Oh, okay. Okay, I will give this actually to William Beaumont. I'll give him that. So I'm now so I think now I might get titles, maybe, or at least my oh no. Okay, so he's going to receive this. I already had Lincolnshire. That's my bad. I thought he was gonna get other titles, but no, that's fine. Okay, that's all right. That is okay. I can deal with that. So I can declare war on Owen of Gwynedd, Henry V's claims. For what? For what? I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to declare war on him. Let's see. What do I want to do? Feud start. Oh, I can start a feud like that. Okay, my bad. Whoops. I've been looking at feuds completely wrong. So we are now feuding with them. And let's see, who else should we feud with? Because so Courtney's no. What about the Norfolks? What about where's Suffolk? Oh, come on. I can't remember where Suffolk is, which is terrible. Oh, here it is. Delapoles. I could. I can only do one feud. My bad. Dangerous faction. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be letting them do anything. Obviously, you can't let the peasants get out of their expected place. Jokes. Oh. Victorious Crusade. St. George is granted Queen Isabella victory in the crusade for Nicaea after defeating Grand Sultan Mehmed and his heathen warriors on several occasions. Our warriors forced the enemies of the faith to admit their ignominious defeat with the occupied lands firmly under the leadership of a pious Catholic ruler. We can rest assured that the divine will of St. George has been enacted with this glorious day for all true followers of the cross. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. We gained 800 gold, 700 prestige. 800 gold, 7,000, almost 8,000 prestige, and almost 2,000 piety. Wow, that is a lot. That's a lot, and I can do a lot with that. Oh, I can do a lot with that too. Heir, fifth in line to inherit first in line to inherit Huntingdonshire. Nicaea, fifth in line to do that. My cousin, Prince Edward of Nicaea. So we have Nicaea with the House of York has taken the top place in Nicaea. Henry Bourchier is her former husband. I'm too far away to interact, but obviously that is not entirely maybe entirely accurate, but it is fun. So we can construct a building in York. Let's see, which one do we want to construct? We could construct office taxes. We can let's do royal reserves. We spent 500 to construct the royal reserves, but we're gonna do it anyways. So yeah. All right, And let's press let's unpause it. So, with the establishment of a proper Catholic queen in Nicaea, and the faithful can finally rest easy knowing that St. George is smiling upon our good works. The fact that the new ruler of Nicaea belongs to my dynasty is only further proof of our divine favor. It is time to focus back on my realm. Enter seclusion. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do splendid. Let's do it. The town of Cambridge and a number of nearby settlements are growing economically and serve as one of the more prominent hubs of commerce in central England outside of London. In order to encourage its continued prosperity, local officials have deemed it important for more charter fares to be granted to the area, such as Stour Bridge near Cambridge has been granted a charter to hold a fair to every August to September. There are many who say the location of Stour Bridge is the most strategic and advantageous one, given it is situated on the road leading to several key villages in the area like Newmarket. This should bring in more traffic and trade. I wonder how they got that name Newmarket. I mean, it's a real head scratcher to me. Real head scratcher. Death has raised his scythe over my realm. A case of the dreaded bubonic plague has been discovered. My poor sister Anna is fighting for her life. The taint possessing her flesh is a danger to us all. While she remains afflicted, no life at court is safe. The physician wants to know how my sister should be treated. Do more than what is necessary. The time has come for drastic measures. There will be no treatment, or the choice is up to my sister. I'm gonna go. The time has come to take drastic measures, and the treatment is successful. Excellent. I love when my family does not die, because that means I can use them as pawns in my political games. I mean, come on, who doesn't want to use, your family as pawns in your political games? In video games, I'm speaking merely. If you use your family as pawns in political games in real life, you're either a politician or a sociopath. So, most people don't want to be either. The earldom of Elic in populist faction. What? Has joined a populist faction against your liege. Increase the popular count or risk losing it when the faction presents its demands. Oh, the Bull Run of Stamford. Word is spreading quickly about how Earl John heretically helped the townspeople of Stamford pacify a couple bulls that has been stampeding through town. Afterwards, he requested that this incident be commemorated every year with a festive celebration and bull running. Perhaps I'll visit Stamford one day to witness this. So let's see what we can do to increase the county. Ulster. Oh, no. It's here it is. There we go. Realm espionage. Gather intelligence. No, I don't really feel like doing that. Decisions. I am going to also grant Scarborough a charter fair as well. It's just the same thing. So parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. So I'm not going to read it all over again because I just read it to you guys and it's the same thing. Open advanced vassal manager. Build a local Christian religious building. Miscellaneous menu. What's up with the miscellaneous? Feudalize all tribal holdings. Oh, that's a good one. Let's do it. Feudalize all tribal holdings. Excellent. So these should now be feudal holdings. The twists and turns of fate have not always been kind to my advantage. God knows that I was cursed the day I met Earl Edmund. However, that curse has been lifted. Fate, smiling upon me, has and brought the vile buffoon to his grave. One fewer Beaufort to worry about. And I'm not ending this feud. Not in any way. Heck no. Um, this should be, it should be feudal now. Yes, it is feudal. Okay, awesome. It is feudal. I love when things are now feudal. So, I can't use that for, I think it's like a year or something like that. I can station a men-at-arms regiment, though. I'm going to station that one in Cambridge, because why not? And I kind of want to raise another men-at-arms regiment, English Knights. Oh, that's really nice. But that maintenance, oh, that's painful. What about yeomans? That's much, much more, you know. So there's bowmen, there's longbowmen, yeoman, crossbowmen. Oh, my acquaintance John is getting on my nerves of House Veer. He prowls on and on, no matter the topic, no matter how interested I am. I tell him I am. It never ends. I borrowed his favorite ragdoll. Now he has to do what I tell him. He becomes my victim. What am I? Brave, wrathful, charming. Yeah, I'm wrathful, so I kind of have to do that. I kind of have to. All right, let's do... let's do... Oh, no, but they're bad in planes, and I don't want to be terrible in planes. They're archers, longbowmen, counter these types, skirmishers, and heavy cavalry. I'm gonna do this one. Oh, okay. So the Welsh Catholic uprising we're declaring for our liege, obviously. I want to pause because I also want to get one other thing. So create that. Jeez. Your dynasty member is under attack. Your dynasty member, the benevolent King Henry, yeah. So, okay. Regent further Mansdate. Excellent. Now, we also want to... What is it? What was it we wanted to do? So we can station these men-at-arms. And then let's look at this manager. So I can force him to be my knight, which I'm going to do. Force my knight. Force William to be my knight. Force. I wish I could invite knights, but I don't have enough money for that. So let's actually have our people focused on... Let's collect taxes. Yeah. It's still not going to be enough. So let's actually... He doesn't gain any opinion of me. I'm not at least 12 years old. God, I hate being a child in this game. It is really, really annoying. So we are going... I clatter out into the courtyard, toy in hand. Finally, some time to play outside. My excitement is short-lived, however, and quickly replaced by confusion. Anna is sitting on a bench looking out over the courtyard. Air around her hangs thick with annual? I don't know what that means. And she barely even greets me as I approach. I make some friendly gestures out towards the open space, even proffering my toy, but Anna simply shakes her head. I scratch my head awkwardly. What do I do now? I lose 5 stress because I'm gregarious, but I gain 22. I'm gonna do this one. So, all right, it is 14:48, and that is going to be it for this episode. I apologize if you heard that. I just hit my my microphone. So we will get caught up in the next episode. We will do, you know, a couple of other things. It is November in 1448, so in December I'll tell you some of the things that happened in 1449 and in 1450 with the Wars of the Roses and some things about that. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great day. And I'm really excited for the way that this is turning out. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.